watching AYV Television.
From our broadcasting house here on Wesley Street in Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, this is Primetime News on AYV TV and the radio. You're watching us on Channel 33 and listening to us on frequency modulation 11.7. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo. Let's start with tonight's headlines. Some residents say main slaughterhouse facility at Kabbalah in Kwenadogo district transforms into growing public health concern.
That's not the slaughterhouse for Sabia or party, no go not who's ready.
And we will find out if practical skills are available for young people in the country.
We need to look after technical training and universities.
Hello and welcome from wherever you're having us tonight. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo. Let's roll into the stories for tonight. For years, residents of Kabbalah have raised concerns on the deteriorating condition of the town's main slaughterhouse at Thunder Hill Market in Kwenadogo district. What was intended to be a facility for the safe processing of meat is now described by many as a growing public health concern. Our regional correspondent Ibrahim Sudais Kroma reports from Kabbalah.
This is the Kabbalah slaughterhouse at Thunder Hill Market, a facility that serves as a key source of meat for hundreds of households across the district. But behind its importance lies an troubling reality. The facility is in a visible deteriorated condition. Pools of stagnant wastewater, poor drainage channel, and the close proximity of a toilet facilities has raised serious concerns among residents. Many fear that the current state of the slaughterhouse could compromise food safety and expose customers to preventable health risks.
Well, that is not a surprise thing again to people on community. That's not the slaughterhouse for Sabia or party, no go not who's ready. Those are already backfilling to Doti. But the entire Kabbalah, the only one to keep us this inside Kabbalah. You can control and stand temple nets, people and the garden turn and we no get for the
Really, the slaughterhouse is not in good condition because the south in the and the market center in the inside Tendai and the place in Doti really totally dirty, and we need help from stakeholders. But the place is not in good condition, and the food we play with in the market. I would really want the stakeholders then that we set example, because if you not find anybody then catch the trade dirty. Because more than even 10 hours, the people in the campus dirty day. All they know they see them, they turn dirty, and then even 10 hours, we people they know they see them.
Well, who they beg to the authority, they no more. Then you can't let them fight for you. Let them maintain this place. Let them fight for look small. Because yeah, they see stranger and they come, then they go observe this place and they go back. Not to even you and don't care, we don't see them this year, but other one they don't come, they don't go observe the place and don't go. So we will continue for big no more. Still let them help me for let this place be able to give you fine smell small.
Residents argue that the facility no longer reflects the standard expected of a public slaughterhouse. They are calling on authority for improvements. Aruna Kuruma Township Kabbalah Central, who say the condition of the facilities has become a matter of public interest and require immediate move.
This have been on get a visit at the slaughterhouse, wherein I look at the slaughterhouse in a very deplorable way, not good, and we've been trying for call through the traders union executive for let themselves to come in and see as how we will try for put things in place so that we will try for relocate them.
AYV made several attempts to obtain an official response from the Kwenadogo District Council and the Kabbalah Traders Senior. However, both institutions declined to comment on the matter despite repeated requests and growing public concern from many residents. The silence only depends questions about when meaningful intervention will come. Ibrahim Sudais Kuruma, AYV News, Kabbalah, Northern Province.
of the Sierra Leone's Ministry of Health have received free medical services through an outreach program organized by the 27th Chinese medical team in Sierra Leone. The initiative provided screenings, consultations, and medication, highlights the growing global emphasis on preventive health care for frontline workers. According to the World Health Organization, non-communicable diseases account for an estimated 50% of deaths in Sierra Leone, with late diagnosis continuing to strain health systems. Our reporter Edima Conte has more.
Inside the Ministry of Health in Freetown, the usual rhythm of policy and paperwork slowed. The caretakers became the cared for. The system paused to test its own strength. Like a machine checking its own engine, health workers turned inward for attention. For many staff, long hours spent coordinating clinics and district health responses leave little time for personal medical checks. Health workforce studies from the WHO show that health workers in low-income countries often delay care due to workload pressure and limited access to routine screening. Against that backdrop, the 27th China medical team has organized a free medical outreach for ministry staff.
Yes, I'm happy because
I feel excited because I have been given free treatment that would have been expensive if I had gone to the hospital. I have been given medication for what I complained about, and I feel happy.
They give me medicine for waiting I complained for, and I'm so happy for that.
So I feel so good.
I feel so good, and I hope this will not be a one-off activity. They should be coming here often because it's good for one to know their health status.
You see, so I feel happy.
Health experts at the event said routine screening remains one of the most effective tools in reducing avoidable illness and premature death. They said early diagnosis improves survival rate and reduces long-term pressure on fragile health systems. Like a warning light on a dashboard, screening helps detect hidden faults before they become fatal. Speaking during outreach, the Deputy Minister of Health highlighted the long-standing cooperation between Sierra Leone and China.
So this is a wonderful initiative that the sort of collaboration and friendship between China and the Republic of China and Sierra Leone has been taken to higher levels. They have been offering a lot of services in various sectors in Sierra Leone, but today they decided to come to the U building and do health checks for our own staff at the headquarters of U building. We cannot be saving people all over the country without taking care of ourselves. This is a wonderful initiative. They have done outreach clinics in the villages all over Sierra Leone, and so today they come to the headquarters of the Ministry of Health as well. So we are happy that you are coming to check our health status today to make sure that we continue to be physically fit in discharging our duties. So once again, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to all of you for the wonderful initiative we have taken to continue that friendship among Sierra Leone and the People's Republic of China.
A member of the 27th China medical team said the initiative was a gesture of goodwill and solidarity.
Our medical team works very hard every day. We treat patients, share medical skills, and bring health to local communities. This is our duty. We are proud to do it. China and Sierra Leone are good friends. Our friendship is deep and strong. For many years, Chinese doctors have worked here side by side with you. We share joy and face challenges together. This free clinic is a small gift from our team. It shows our true care and our lasting friendship. We will keep working with all our hearts. We will keep helping the people here. Together, we can build a healthier future.
Beyond prescriptions and consultations, the outreach carried a wider message. Health systems depend on people as much as infrastructure. Experts warn that when health workers are neglected, system performance weakens. Global health research consistently links staff well-being to improve patient safety and better service delivery. Yet in many systems, workers' health remains under-prioritized. The outreach in Freetown served as a reminder of that gap. Like a heartbeat sustaining its own rhythm, a health system survives only when its caregivers are also cared for. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
Well, earlier today, parliamentary sittings were adjourned after the House received shocking news of the death of one of its current sitting members, Honorable Lucinda Finda Kelly. who was a member representing Kono District. The late opposition member of parliament contributed immensely to deliberations in the well. The sitting was adjourned after opposition leader Honorable Abdul Kabu moved a motion for adjournment. Let's have the highlight.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
We all came very prepared for proceedings, very prepared to do our normal businesses. Unfortunately, we have just been informed that we have lost one of us, Honorable Mr. The corpse is at the mortuary, and I'm not sure we'll be able to continue the sitting. I just want to inform you. This is very sorry. She's one of us. She should have been here before to form a call. Light of that, I will join with our position that stand this parliament and to respect our sister.
All in favor of the motion, sir? Those against the nay? Honorable members, the sitting is adjourned to Tuesday. I will do two things. The first is we observe a moment of silence.
New evidence from the World Health Organization is shining a harsh light on the consequences of female genital mutilation. A 2025 WHO guideline and a major study conducted with the United Nations Human Reproductive Program reviewed more than 75 studies across 30 countries. The findings are stark. Women who have undergone FGM are nearly 3 times more likely to experience depression or anxiety, and more than 4 times more likely to suffer post-traumatic stress disorder. In Sierra Leone, a 30-year-old woman from Moiba community at the east end of Freetown is now seeking justice after what she alleged was forced initiation into a female genital mutilation. AYV Zero Chalo compiled an exclusive interview with key authorities in this report with camera operators Emmanuel Sise, Chedo Darami, and Ali Bangura.
Like a bad trap in a storm, the 30-year-old says her life has been toasted between fear and survival. She alleges that members of a female secret society forcibly initiated her into Bondo society, a traditional practice often associated with female genital mutilation in Sierra Leone. She says she later fled after efforts were made to compel her to become a Sowe, a key figure within the society. The 30-year alleges she endured physical and emotional abuse from her husband, mother-in-law, and members of the secret society. She was in hiding, but the Ministry of Social Welfare has stepped forward, but fears been tracked down by relatives and community members who are determined to force her return. If true, her escape paints a picture of vulnerability. It also raises difficult questions about consent, culture, and the protection of women's rights.
The man go tell and say, me no go society. I don't know, because they don't prepare all things. Now they say for us, okay, well, then what then get case with people there, they for go check we. In the model law in Pala, now they don't go to me. Now they at Timap Nado. Back I don't afraid. Now I say they were then go check me, then go do me something. Now them back answers, I say, okay, me I not go bondo. Now do people then flop. Now I say they not satisfied me, then for go check with man. Now they don't go to it inside. The so there. Yeah, they all me. Now I say, look, go inside. Now I don't go to it. Now I name Nandewa. I say, in achieve so at the community. Now him put me back by the society. And I say, if me no lead or if me tan, the other if say bomb, they sit down by me. Me the peace by me say. They don't only ready, they don't hold me, they don't pull now the thing for put me. They sit down by me. And they cut me yourself, me come. I didn't cut her. But go to the cut her, and I begin to Allah God. I say, God can't fight for me. I say, can't fight for me. They were offend me today. They put me pabondo. I say, God can't fight for me. The man who me and me, I'm pala. And they didn't put me. They don't put me. They didn't left food. They didn't say, the boy go to me back to the thief. Sorry. So they all on tower. They say they agree. And they call money, baku money for. Now then they pay, they free me. If you don't pay that money, then they no go put me pass away. My mama no get, my people they no get. I no be they feel fine. For grabbing me, I not able. They no give me medicine. I say to this time. They no give me pen. I don't say. They no want.
Seeking protection, the woman reported the matter to the Ross Road police station.
I go to police. I don't report. I don't do all things.
Responding to the allegations, Sierra Leone's First Lady condemned any form of forced initiation.
For any kind of circumcision when they force the person, I know they in favor of that. And I believe say the government of Sierra Leone don't make them very clear say at the age of 18, if the person give a consent say he want for join Bondo society, then are the person in choice at the age of 18. It is not the law of Sierra Leone. But I want for first say to Binta, if what you allege say did happen to you, I think that is not a good thing and it is wrong. Now, if you want follow, we all go rally with you. You no need for hide again. If this year they don't actually do them to you, you need for come forward because you not go only to protect yourself, but you go protect as many other young people them as possible.
The Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs continues to lay the government's advocacy on FGM and harmful traditional practices, but the challenges is complex. FGM initiation remains deeply woven into the social fabric of many African communities. Sierra Leone still does not have a specific national law that explicitly bans FGM.
Against our human rights. It's a violation against our human rights. It should not have happened. It has no place to exist in society. For me, I think the law has to look into this critically. Of course, we are the ministry. We're there to protect. But you have also another aspect, which is the judiciary, where the law comes in. And so we are also following events to see what will happen, and then how the ministry can also ensure that we continue to give the required support to the women and their children. So there is a law which initially the bill had the clause for FGM, but this is for children under 18. And we took that law to Parliament, and Parliament refused and removed the particular clause that should hold people responsible when they forcefully initiate people. But let us not discuss about this now. Let us look at the human rights violation. Why you forcefully conscript somebody and then initiate. So human rights institutions should come in.
Anti-FGM campaigners say the battle against forced initiation remains steep and stubborn. Cases reported over the years in places such as Putloko and Kenema suggest that the problem is not isolated. Critics argue that while awareness campaigns have multiplied, enforcement mechanism remains weak. Secret societies continue to wield significant cultural influence. For many young women, silence becomes a shield and fear becomes a prison. Chairperson of the Forum Against Harmful Practices, Rukia Tunene Ture Kuruma, says campaigners believe regional human rights mechanisms, including rulings linked to ECOWAS courts, place a responsibility on Sierra Leoneans to strengthen protections for women and girls.
Mutilated. Khadija was mutilated because they said she had a quarrel. The same thing with Kadiatu, the first one, and this other one. So we are very much concerned about what is happening. And we believe the ECOWAS court has ruled against the government of Sierra Leone for failing to protect women and girls.
There is a Human Rights Commission which is charged with the mandate to promote and protect fundamental rights. Rights advocates argue that forced initiation involving FGM violates the rights to health, bodily integrity, dignity, and freedom and cruel treatment. AYV sought the Commission's position on the current case, but the request for an interview was declined. They argue that they cannot comment on the matter because it is under investigation. Across Sierra Leone, awareness campaigns continue. Sowers, chiefs, activists, and community leaders are being brought into dialogue. The practice persists. Like a river that keeps finding new channels, the debate continues to flow between tradition and rights. The question remains, when will forced initiation end? And why do many victims still struggle to find protection before harm occurs? For AYV News, Yero Jallo reports.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Do you know you can transfer money, buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your account anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Welcome back. I am Imaro Nyakemomo, and this is AYV's Primetime News. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's roll into more stories. Sierra Leone faces persistent youth unemployment at a time when the job market is shifting fast. According to the International Labour Organization, youth unemployment remains significantly higher than adult unemployment across the sub-Saharan Africa, driven by skill gaps and limited formal job creation. However, renewed calls are growing for strong investment in the technical and vocational education. Now, the Minister of Technical and Higher Education says practical skills are now essential for employability and national growth. She made the remarks during the Ministry of Information and Civic Education's Civic Engagement Program in Pujaun District. Mohamed Bakar Kamara has more on the story.
Across Sierra Leone, many young people step out of school and into uncertainty. Certificates in hand, opportunities out of reach. Like a door without key, the job market often remains closed. Youth unemployment remains a major structural challenge across West Africa. Regional estimates from the World Bank show that young people are up to 3 times more likely unemployed than adults, particularly where skills mismatch persists. In Pujaun District, the Minister of Technical and Higher Education called for a sharper national focus on skills development.
We need to look after technical training in universities. Pujaun gets a government technical institute where they samani Nabu. And when me assume office, one project in there we supported, we've been funded by the World Bank and also the government of Sierra Leone puts money where they call the Skills Development Project. And that project today, it gave a lot of support to the government technical institute within our Pujaun district. It provides training opportunities for young people for trade in the automotive sector, masonry, carpentry, catering, and so much more. I mean, they read online before I come, graduation ceremonies, and then when you do that kind of thing, and we change the narrative for technical education.
The minister noted that government is working to create an environment where young people can identify and develop their talents through technical and vocational education and training. She pointed to growing opportunities in construction, agriculture, renewable energy, digital technology, and small-scale enterprise. But she warned that opportunity without preparation remains out of reach.
AI go do something where you don't ever be technical. AI don't ever make cake. AI no can say I paint this wall. You know, go build this building. So even on the global stage, there's a shift in what we talk about now when it comes to education. We don't recognize, we don't focus as much as technical education, university education important, but we need technical education for builder middle-level manpower. So Bujon District already gets the outreach, or already gets the institution, the government technical institute, where young people can access or get this technical education. And what we're doing as a ministry now for protect 10 days, I talk about what the World Bank project to the SDF project. What we're doing now for ensure we continue for improve upon that. There's an opportunity coming where furniture will be provided in the second phase to the government's technical institute in Nigeria.
For many communities, the issue is no longer whether jobs exist, but whether young people are equipped to take them. Vocational education advocates argue that skills training could act as a bridge over the unemployment gap, linking classrooms to construction sites, farms, and factories, like a toolkit for a changing economy. Technical skills are increasingly seen as the nuts and bolts of national development. As Sierra Leone's youth population continues to grow, the pressure on the education system is rising. Many stakeholders say the future will depend on how quickly training systems adapt to demands of modern economy. For now, the message from Pujom is clear. Education must not only inform minds, it must also equip hands. And for thousands of young Sierra Leoneans, that shift could determine whether the future is built on waiting or working. Mohamed Bakar Kamara, AYV News.
Well, over 2 months, travelers across the Rokel River to Lunge have been struggling with constraints of using one ferry. According to them, businesses, pupils going to school and workers have largely been affected with overcrowding and long delays in waiting for ferry. To this constraint, they call the attention of authorities for speedy intervention. Samuel Tony Sawyer was on the board, of course, and now compiles this report.
The horn sounds and the voyage is about to commence. This is Freetown Kisi Ferry Terminal, a very crucial crossing point through the Rokel River, connecting over 24,000 people from Lunge to Freetown. On a normal day, there will be less crowd, not long queues, and less tension as travelers have the luxury of more than one ferry to cross the river. However, that seems to be hugely under threat now. For over 7 weeks, only one ferry has been plying the river, making challenges enormous for travelers.
Very stressful, no nothing to talk. Even you know they talk to her, I already this morning. Now they say this morning, now they talk. So, no nothing the government for me. Never they really link to me. Oh, it's a great loss to people. They do business, the workers as well, you know. This ferry, now in one right now, because the other ferry, now one ferry did. Because since this morning, I want green ferry, you see, oh, accessing a one ferry behind the other ferry. I even asked one by the man, I said, when I don't feel this ferries will be overuser, because I want to go, they come, I want to decide. He said, from this past week. Now I said, come on, I said, this is too much. I said, because this, it can seize. because an engine and machine where you overuse them, it is unbug.
Having spoken to some of these citizens, a camera then captured the atmosphere, trying to get first-hand the site of recent development. As you can see, people are standing along the way. Some are also sitting on the floor, choked like sardines. People sweat and rub against each other, posing threats for disease. This explains the reason all other ferries are docked at the shipyard for maintenance. When will they be down, and how long will they be up and running before they are taken back to the yard? Are lingering questions. According to many, Sierra Leone has never had the luxury of newer ferries. It has mostly been a case of engine change and new spray colors. For some of these citizens, there is need for more.
Me, I would be happy. For me, I would be happy.
That was just challenges posed to crossing over. It was now time to return back to Freetown, and a new episode of challenges was encountered. Lots and lots of people waiting for hours.
Now the place on that. We don't there now with the wait. People don't there with the business, and they wait for the ferry. Can't take them for ferry. And not to all, you're not going to carry everybody with you. You're not going to carry all the business people they go. And then business, they're not going to carry all things. So and now, places are expensive now. So in terms of transportation, especially in the sea, no, that definitely in zero, because now there's two ferry from me sabi. Now then two ferry me see the runner, and all the time one above, the one they walk, the other above, the other can seize na the sea, they can above, the water can drift and they can go. So no improvement will not make it in terms of transportation at the sea at this country.
With this crucial circumstance, many are left with no options than to use pampa or speedboat, which are sometimes very risky considering the erratic sea tides, among many other limitations. According to many, now is the right time for the government and private enterprises to show their hand mighty in sea transportation. Efforts were also made to contact authorities at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority, but to no avail. We'll continue to reach out to them and bring you their side. Samuel Tony Sawyer, AYV News, Freetown.
Now for sports, Sir Solomon Yomba is well set. Good evening.
Good evening, Manuel, and thank you for having me. Now for sports, this evening on Primetime News, Leone Stars players are preparing for a two-legged international friendly against Liberia, with matches set for Southern Arena in Bo on the 6th of June and the SKD Stadium in Monrovia on the 9th. Caretaker head coach John Keister speaks to SLFA media on the team's readiness ahead of the friendlies. Here's a report. Leone Stars players at the SLFA grounds, Leone Stars players seem ready to carry the green, white and blue crest high as they have been on intensive training for the two-legged games against Liberia. Caretaker head coach John Keister was clear on his priorities, improving results and getting the organization right within the squad.
My immediate objective around this group will be to see how we can improve around results. Yes, just work around the organization in terms of what we do and how we go about it. I think that's very, very important. And I'm sure we have a group that, are capable and able of doing that. I think I've been around a long time. Most of these boys are boys that are transitioning into the national team. I know every single one of them. So for me, it was about what works, what is working, and what is available in terms of, matches and the quality that we think we can bring in going into these friendly matches. So that's what we've done. I think we wanna play the right way. It's very, very important. But what is important as well, we have to get the organization right. We have players that can do that. I think with flair as well, you gotta have the other side, of work ethics. We're looking at the conditioning level. Bear in mind, some have had their season off, some are in the season. But hopefully, we can put a good group together in terms of our organization going into these matches.
The matches will be played across two venues: the Southern Arena in Bo, which hosts the home leg, and the SKD Stadium in Monrovia for their away fixture. The friendly series presents an early opportunity for Kista to stamp his authority and build momentum as Sierra Leone's search for a permanent head coach is underway.
One message. I think that's the message everyone is going with. Let's think Sierra Leone. Let's do for Sierra Leone, and let's do for Sierra Leoneans. This is not about anybody else. This is about how we can promote Sierra Leone in terms of the football, how we can bring people together with the football. And I think that's the message, Sierra Leone.
This is the first time in the history of Sierra Leone football that a top-tier international football match will be played in Bo. Sir Solomon Yumba, AYV Sports, Freetown. Well, that's all for sport tonight on Primetime News. Over to you, Emmanuel Nyakemomo.
Thank you so much, Sir Solomon Yomba. Well, that's all for Primetime News for tonight. For more stories, visit our website at www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Emmanuel Nyakemomo. Many thanks for watching and listening.
You're watching AYV Television.
The All Walks of Life Award presents their 11th prestigious award and fundraising dinner happening on 6th June 2000.